What's up guys, Sam here, and today on D-Life HD we're talking about Erica Interactive Thriller on iOS. As a thriller FMV game, it seemed like a really attractive experience to go through. While FMV games aren't everyone's cup of tea, some of them are really good. Is this one worth your playthrough? Well, sit tight and let's find out together. First, let's talk about what we really liked about the game. The UI and cinematography are fantastic. The UI is simple, but the way they portray the text on screen is simply well made. The interactive elements of the game are also very well made. You get various ways of interacting with the environment. You can tap on things to select items, use the slide feature to slide photos, faucets, notebooks, door locks, open up boxes, and more. The way they use the two-finger multi-touch slide is really cool too, because it mimics reality. For instance, when you open up pieces of clothing or slide open curtains, it's all really well made. You also get a chance to draw on paper. We were worried that they'd have us drawing the whole picture, but luckily it was only a few lines and they took over from there. All the interactive elements are so smooth and realistic. Even when you pan through the environment, it's done in real time. It's truly unlike any other FMV we've ever played. The sound as you interact with each object and environment is also really well made. It's almost like they've enhanced the sound for the object which you're interacting with. It's almost ASMR-ish. The actors are really good. They all play their roles quite convincingly, aside from one person, but we're going to get into that in the next part of this video. Everyone else did a fantastic job at drawing you into the story. The story consists of mainly Erica Mason, her parents, and the secret that lies behind the disappearance and death of her family. The game starts you off with your dad in a scene that can be best described as ominous, because in it, he gives you a weird doll and sets up what looks like a ritual. You discover that Erica has a butterfly tattoo on her arm, and little does she know it'll serve a huge purpose to the bigger story. As they're having their moment, Erica has a flashback and envisions her father dead with a strange symbol carved into his chest. Shortly after that discovery, someone holding a knife walks into the door and kills her dad at gunpoint. The story then fast forwards several years into the future, and you're seen going back to the place of the incident where you encounter what looks like an insane asylum of sorts, and several mentally ill people. Out of those people, there are a few that appear sane, and you begin to talk to them. With each conversation and experience, you begin to realize that your parents were in some kind of cult, and the whole mystery unravels from there. It's a story you have to experience personally because it's quite fascinating. Now, let's talk about what we didn't like about the game or how we can improve it. Firstly, if you only play it once, the story will leave you with a few plot holes, so we're guessing it wants you to really play it more than once, which is probably good because each run through the game will only set you back about an hour and a half. It would be amazing if the game allowed you to go back to certain chapters and select different answers so that you could see how the whole story and each decision comes together. One of the last faults we found in the story is Sargent. For being an authority figure, he was really passive. He almost seemed like a harmless puppy. Maybe it was just the fact that he was talking to a child the whole game, and he had to play that part to alleviate any concerns, but I've never seen an authority figure with that passive of a role. Lastly, the game does have a few gameplay bugs. There are entirely too many load screens. The game seems to only download a few parts at a time, and it appears that every 15 minutes you get a download or load screen. It would have been awesome if they could allow you the opportunity to download the whole game at the beginning instead of giving it to you in little pieces. Lastly, the game has little audio delay bugs. There are a few scenes in which the audio comes in a couple seconds before the actual occurrence. Maybe it was just the older iPad we were using to test the game. Despite the audio bugs and load times, this is one of the very best FMV games we've played in a very long time. The story is solid after a few runs, the acting is incredible, the sound effects, videography, and interactive elements are all crafted to perfection, and if you're a fan of FMV titles, you'll really love playing this one. With all that said, with a single software update, this game could turn into a great one. And for that reason, this game is absolutely D-Life HD approved, and we recommend it to anyone who's a fan of thrillers. With that, thank you for watching this video. Let us know what you think about this game or any other game that you're playing in the comments below. We love talking to you guys. You can also talk to us even more on our Discord server. Info will be in the description. Remember to like and subscribe for more videos like this. And lastly, check out our Twitter account for gameplay of the latest releases. But most importantly, remember to always stay one up.